Hi guys, once again welcome back to our FIFA World Cup daily show on Rep Sports. And on the same day when Messi shattered multiple World Cup records, uh, all eyes were on Ronaldo, Cristiano Ronaldo, whether he will make a strong comeback or not for Portugal. But yes, Ronaldo also did it. I mean, this World Cup is for superstar. Once again, Ronaldo proved it. And also the Golden Boot race is heating up. Cristiano Ronaldo scored a brace against Uzbekistan, and also Portugal fans will also get much relief after that five-star performance against the debutants at the World Cup. Today, I'm joined by Shomnath, Shomikda, and obviously Rohanda as well. We are waiting to see which jersey Rohanda is wearing. Okay, he is wearing Jamaica jersey, and I'm wearing Brazil jersey because we all know tonight Brazil, faces Scotland in the final group stage game. But Shomik, the first thing, what do you think this Portugal looked different against Uzbekistan? Also, how far do you think this Portugal will go, in the knockout round?
They can go. They can go the distance. You look at the talent available. You look at the quality of players available. I think yesterday, first of all, two things. Uzbekistan was pretty poor. I mean, Uzbekistan, the way they defended, no organization, nothing.
Correct.
But that was not Portugal's problem. You play what is in front of you. That is to start with. One good change that was made by Roberto Martinez by taking out Bernardo Silva and using Joao Felix on the flanks and pushing Bruno Fernandes up front. You play the best number 10 in the world near the opposition box. He, the first game, he was playing as a deep lying midfielder and with two number 10s, with Bernardo Silva also around, with Bernardo Silva also around, that sort of in that final third, the whole thing in that final third sort of got a bit muddled. Now Bruno was pulling the strings. He was running this show. The assist for Ronaldo's second goal, what an assist! And even before I mean, he came very close to scoring. Inside the first 10 minutes, he created himself with inside the box and then deflected off the and went a whisker away from the woodwork. So Bruno Fernandes gave the world's best player to pull the strings. So that Roberto Martinez did. And number two, it was a lot better intensity compared to the first game. It was, I mean, intensity was superb, fantastic, and Ronaldo came to the party. Ronaldo also came to the party, making those runs and everything. If you go back to the first game, there was an opportunity in the first step. Bernardo Silva was with the ball on the right flank, and Ronaldo was making the run. Bernardo Silva instead played a back pass. So all things combined, it was a good day at the office for Portugal, and I believe, given the talent available, at the end of the day, what happens? Uh, See, this is just the group phase, and after that, this will be the round of 16 for teams like Portugal or any other top teams. It is just going through the motion. They will qualify, but the real World Cup starts from the round of 16, and when the contest would be tight, their individual brilliance can make the difference. And if you look at that, and we'll come to England later, that individual brilliance is in very short supply as far as England are concerned, but Portugal have them in plenty.
Absolutely. I mean, the round of 16, obviously, it's very unpredictable. It's really difficult to predict those results because you may see some African team or Asian team, may being surprised, and also sometimes the European nation, dominating them. But obviously, we'll come to England versus Ghana later. Once again, an African nation have exposed, England flaws in this World Cup. But again, coming back to this Portugal versus Uzbekistan game, Rwanda, Ronaldo after the game, he was saying that I am back, pointing towards the camera. So, how are you enjoying this battle between the two goats, in this World Cup?
I would say it was Ronaldo's gift to Messi on his birthday. That on Messi's birthday, Ronaldo scoring a brace, not on birthday, but a few hours earlier. But it's good that even
But
at his age,
Ron, I'm just interrupting you for after post-match interview. Ronaldo said, "I don't care about Messi."
yeah, he ignored that question. I think it's we have seen this multiple times. Ronaldo is not a very diplomatic character. Perhaps every player wants to play the good boy image, but Ronaldo is not something like that, and perhaps that's the reason he received so much flack and hatred throughout. But we can't deny that he's one of the greatest to ever play the sport. And it's great that we are still discussing these two legends even at this age. Messi turns 39 today, Ronaldo already 41. So even at this age, where when players hang up their boots, come to coaching, and these two are playing at the greatest stage. But it's good. But for me, from that 5-0 win for Portugal, the highest point was that Nuno Mendes free kick, the deception that he played with Ronaldo. It's great to see that Ronaldo living up that for the sake of the team, and actually playing that decoy. That nobody had a clue, right? Even the commentators were discussing, even the fans, even the camera was focused on Ronaldo. Everyone thought it would be Ronaldo, but out of nowhere, the shot comes from the opposite side. But that I think that showed the character that Portugal team perhaps lacked on the Congo match. I think if they maintain this, they will. This team can go further. Rahul, mute.
Absolutely, that was a great deception, from Portugal for that free kick. But Shomnath, as Rohan mentioned, Portugal showed what actually was lacking against DR Congo. There was positive intent. They were playing fast, attacking football. Obviously, Shomik already, talked about Bruno Fernandes. But do you think, how the Joe Cancelo and, Nuno Mendes played throughout the whole 90 minutes, and also, I mean, throughout the whole game, and also how, Joe Felix introduction in the playing 11, do you think that augurs well for Portugal, going forward? Because in the last group stage game they will face Colombia, I think one of the difficult game for Portugal.
Honestly, this Portugal team should thank us, honestly, because the pre-match live we have been backing the Portugal team like anything. But obviously, we have said that the quality is obviously there in this Portugal team. Be it the midfield, be it the side backs. One of the best, side back duo are in this Portugal team. Nuno Mendes, the best left back in this world, and he has shown that not only he can defend, not only he can, overlap and give a cross, he can also score goals from set pieces. So obviously, having players like them, and if we are talking about Joao Cancelo, obviously he's a wing back rather than a side back. He can overlap, he can track back as well, pretty much good. And for the first two goals, I would say it was complete involvement of these two side backs. First, Joao Cancelo, gave the ball to Cristiano Ronaldo, an inch perfect ball, and Ronaldo scored his first World Cup goal this year. And obviously, the second goal it was from the set piece from Nuno Mendes. A nice reception from Ronaldo. Everybody thought that he will take the free kick, but that reception was really smart. And obviously, if you look in this Portugal team, we have been saying this a lot that the midfielders in this team, be it Vitinha, be it Joao Neves, be it Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes, and it felt very nice when we all saw the third goal, the Bruno Fernandes ball to Cristiano Ronaldo. I mean, this was missing in this Portugal team. Bruno Fernandes will create and Ronaldo will score. The first goal was a icebreaker for Ronaldo, and the second goal for Ronaldo, which was the third goal for Portugal eventually, it was pure class, and that goal showed that what Ronaldo can do when he is in rhythm. So overall, a great match. I would say it gave a huge amount of oxygen to this Portugal team, and in the next match, now the Portugal side obviously will is looking far more dangerous.
Absolutely, and also Cristiano Ronaldo became the first man, in the planet to score in all the 6 World Cup that he has played. So that is another great feat for this man. And obviously, we are all waiting for the final group stage game between Portugal and Colombia, because we know what Colombia is capable of. So that is going to be a blockbuster clash between these two nations. But Shamik, what's wrong with England? I mean, in the first game, England showed that this World Cup they are going to do something different. But again, same flaws for the team. Ghana have totally exposed that this team is really difficult for this England team, to break the low blocks.
Rahul, I'm coming to England, but before that, please give me a minute to talk about Ronaldo because
Sure, please.
I slightly disagree with Somnath. Somnath said Cancelo gave an inch perfect ball to Ronaldo for the first goal. Ronaldo made it inch perfect with that run. Ronaldo
True.
sensed it. Ronaldo sensed it and he made it inch perfect with that run. Any other striker, any other, I'd love to see someone, a young striker like Benjamin Sesko at Manchester United, he is learning from those movements inside the box. The second goal, a brilliant Ronaldo's second goal, a brilliant Bruno assist. But then when to hit, and if you look at it, all the great players, if you look at it, Pele, Maradona, I am talking about the super elites, the all-time greats, Pele, Maradona, Lionel Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo, John Cruyff. If you look at it, they always target the far post. I still remember a conversation between Maradona and Harry Kane when Harry Kane was playing for Tottenham, and Maradona came to Tottenham to meet his old friend Ozzy Ardiles, and he had an interaction with Harry Kane, and in that interaction, he told Harry Kane, and that Harry Kane later told reporters that his advice was always target the mid far post because that makes things difficult for the goalkeeper. You see, he could have taken the easier route and could have tried to wrong foot the goalkeeper and target the near post. He didn't do that. He went for the far post. So these are the things I would like to see. Look, this is the man. This is the man whom people write off. I mean, he gets written off, but he comes back to write his own script. So this is the beauty of the this is what his greatness is all about. Now coming to England, you are very right, Rahul. This England team doesn't have the required quality. Besides Harry Kane, they have just two world-class players in this England squad in England team. One is Harry Kane, and another is Jude Bellingham. They don't have a creator like Bruno Fernandes, for example, or they don't have someone with an X factor like Kylian Mbappe to go past the low block. And
Correct.
this this manager, Thomas Tuchel, a prisoner of his hubris, he has he has squared the pitch by not picking Harry Maguire. If Harry Maguire was there, if you are there, it's not only you are getting leadership in the dressing room, you don't have to play him. But Harry Maguire is one of the best headers in the world. And in such situations, he would have given Tuchel a third goal scoring option. You use him. Ten Hag did that. Ruben Amorim did that. Sometimes, I mean, Michael Carrick does that. So you can use him at an auxiliary striker when things get tight for the last 10 minutes. You put him into the opposition
Correct.
box, change your strategy, go for long ball, and you have one of the world's best headers there to convert. So, so Thomas Tuchel, by not picking him, and then by not picking Trent Alexander-Arnold against Croatia, Croatia are a dad's army. They didn't have enough legs after a certain point. They didn't have the legs to be there, so they got battered. But against fitter sides, when you have someone like Trent Alexander-Arnold, whose passing ability is as good, almost, I'll not say as good, but almost as good as David Beckham. Not, I mean,
Yes.
it is preposterous that you haven't picked him in the side and you have picked Trevor Chalobah instead. This beggars belief.
Absolutely. I mean, Tuchel selected the squad, prioritizing the physical superiority of most of the players. But so we thought that, they might not face that much difficulties against the African nation. But again, Ghana totally exposed, England flaws. I will come to Rohanda. But before that, obviously, sad news coming from US that, France head coach Didier Deschamps, is returning to his returning to France because his mother has passed away yesterday. So he's going to miss the final group stage match against Norway. But Rwanda, from this result, between Ghana and England, do you think one of the African nation making it to the deeper stage at this tournament, keeping on mind about the extreme weather condition, the way African team also performed in the AFCON in such heat, in that humidity, do you see European nations struggling a bit, in the later stages of this tournament, and one of the African nation, pulling off an upset?
Well, African nations have always created such unique stories and upset stories. We have seen, I remember that match against Uruguay and Ghana back in 2010, where Luis Suarez actually played the role of a goalkeeper, and Asamoah Gyan missed that penalty, which could have sent Ghana to the semi-final as the first African team to reach the semi-final back then. But it was Morocco last year, last time. But Ghana could have been the first team to reach the semi-final, right? Samoa Gyan had gotten that penalty right. But yes, African teams have always pushed above their weight. Ghana rank 64 in the world, but actually played quite deep defense, and England missing that X factor like the other teams had, who can create that individual brilliance to break that deadlock. With these teams who are way back in rank but physically strong, who play a deep defense, you score one goals against them and the rest two three goals will follow, because once you break that deadlock, they don't know how to go and score, get an equalizer. They will rely on counter attacks, and then that will open up the space. But breaking that deadlock, perhaps on multiple occasions, you will see that that X factor is required to get that deadlock broken in such matches. England's first shot in the match came on the 54th minute, which says that how difficult England faced against a deep defense against Ghana. And these teams, these Ghanaian teams, these African teams, teams like Ghana, teams Senegal have not done justice to their expectations, of course, but we have seen DR Congo as well. Halting Portugal in the first match. So these teams quite physical, and they can endure the heat of conditions. Uh, any of the African teams can go on to upset big teams in the knockouts, and it will be great to see.
That will be great to see this World Cup. But talking about this group, England, Ghana, probably they will make it to the next stage for sure. But what will be about Croatia? Because Luka Modric playing at his last World Cup already has made another record of entering the club of 200 matches for their nation. So Luka Modric, another great feat. But hopefully, Croatian players need to give their all in the final game against Ghana, to make it to the next round. So let's see, that will be another intriguing clash between Ghana and Croatia. But now coming to Brazil versus Scotland. First, I will start with Brazil fan Somnath. Somnath, what's the update from the Brazil camp? Do you see Neymar playing in the starting 11, or no? Again, he will come in the second half. Any other changes, because Rafinha all set to miss this clash against Scotland?
Yeah, obviously, it has been 2 3 days. Neymar has been practicing rigorously in the training ground, and I think it is a good news for the Brazilian supporters as well. In a World Cup way, in a World Cup way in which we are seeing the last dance of many players, Messi, Ronaldo, everyone, and surprisingly, everyone, the legends are playing pretty good. Be it Messi, be it Ronaldo now, and I think it's only left for Neymar to shine at the biggest stage. And we all know that what Neymar can do when he dons the Brazilian jersey, especially in the World Cup stage. I mean, everybody will remember in 2022 if someone in the world could have destroyed that low block Croatian low block in the quarterfinals. It would be only Neymar. No other player than Neymar could have, I think, dismantled that low block. So obviously, with the Brazilian fans, and the interesting part is that the Brazilian fans are not expecting their team to win the World Cup. They just want to see Neymar on the pitch for the last time in the World Cup. So I think this is a very wholesome moment as well. But if we now talk about the performance, obviously Brazil, they have started their campaign with a good win against Haiti after just getting breaking momentum against Morocco. But I think now against Scotland, the match will not be so easy for Brazil. But if we look at the attacking third for Brazil, especially players like Vini Jr. and I think under Carlo Ancelotti, Vinicius is one of the best players in the world. But obviously, I somewhat Carlo Ancelotti unlocks that inner potential of Vinicius Jr. The kind of confidence he has with the ball, it's absolutely breathtaking to watch. Besides, obviously Matthias Cunha, he had a great World Cup start against Haiti. If we talk about other players, Paqueta against smaller nations against weak opponents, Pakistan is also good, not that bad. But again, if we talk about higher ranked teams, then I think Pakistan would suffer, and in that case, you will need Neymar in that number 10 position. But I don't see Neymar start the match against Scotland. Hopefully, in the second half, just like Endrick comes in Carlo Ancelotti's system in the second half, I think Neymar will also come in place of Paketa, in the 65, 70th minute.
Absolutely. I think Carlo Ancelotti will prepare him for the later stages of this tournament. And also, it remains to be seen whether Brazil finishes top of the group or second. If they finishes top, I mean, in the round of 32, there is possibility of facing either Japan or Netherlands. So obviously, another tough game for Brazil. But Shomik, both Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi have been playing outside Europe in the last 2 years, but still they have been at their best. They have proven in this World Cup. But for Neymar, obviously, he has been playing outside Europe, but also alongside that, injuries has been the constant, for Neymar. And also, last time he got called up for the Brazil team was in 2023. So 3 years after 3 years, again making return to the national team. So do you really see this Neymar making a difference for the Brazil squad?
Yes, it's tournament football. And you have to keep in mind one thing: Carlo Ancelotti is a master of tournament football. He is not only a great man manager, he is a master of tournament football. He will use Neymar in spells. Neymar is never going to play full 90 minutes. He will use Neymar in spells. I can draw an analogy. Enzo Biagio used Franco Cassio in that role, and that was Franco Cassio's final World Cup and 1982 World Cup, Paolo Rossi's World Cup. In Gioberto used Franco Cassio in the Italian team in that role. He will uh, he will be using Neymar as an impact player. And given he's such an unlucky boy, Neymar with his injuries, but fantastic, fantastic player. And you have to keep in mind one thing: class never dies. Still, with the ball at his feet, what Neymar can do, what a fit Neymar can do, the majority of the top flight players would struggle to do it. So Neymar carries that X factor, and Carlo Ancelotti. And see, I see Brazil. This is my personal opinion, but I see Brazil going the distance, winning this World Cup. First, because of Ancelotti. First, because of people are writing them off. People are saying France, Portugal, Germany, and others, Argentina. But when I see the way Ancelotti manages a tournament, and the quality, the match winners they have in their ranks. You see, I mean, Vini Jr., Rafinha, Matthias Cunha, then Endrick off the bench. You see that quality. And when if Brazil go on and win this World Cup, I think Brazil winning the World Cup is the best thing, is the most delightful thing for any football lover.
Absolutely. But and no doubt about
New
that, Carlo Ancelotti are not only one of the best manager in the world, but also one of the best man manager in the world. One of the best man manager in the world. We have seen players like Zlatan Ibrahimovic and David Beckham, Cristiano Ronaldo, Sergio Ramos, everyone admiring his qualities. So one of the best man to deal with all kind of dressing room problem. And also, I think even most of the nation they rely a bit on their coaches of their own nation. But see, Brazil relying on Carlo Ancelotti for the first time. And also, he has got contract extension
and
till
and
2030 World
Rahul,
Cup
this
as
is
well.
something breaking the glass ceiling. Brazil appointing a foreigner as their head coach.
True.
This is like
Correct.
breaking the glass ceiling because they are so proud of their football heritage, and rightly so. No other team in the world, no other team in this on this planet has their football heritage. So this is a glass. I mean, this is like breaking a glass ceiling, and that is, and this is just because he is Carlo Ancelotti.
Absolutely. Somnath, what's your expectation from the game and also share your prediction as well? Obviously, Scotland won't be, easy because they are, 40 places superior to Haiti, the team whom Brazil have, defeated by 3-0. Scotland will also, will be playing with all the hearts out because, they also want to qualify to the, round of 32 after qualifying for the World Cup after almost 27 years.
Yes, Scotland will be a tough team to beat, obviously. But if you talk about Scotland's attacking third, I think it's not that potent, obviously, but they are very good. If you talk about their defensive shape, Morocco has defeated them 1-0, but they have also defeated Scotland also defeated Haiti 1-0. So uh, I was seeing the highlights of Morocco and Scotland match. They are not so clinical in the final third. Obviously, you have when you have players like Scott McTominay, uh, another very good player. But somewhat Scotland lack that creativity in the midfield, and obviously the final balls in the penalty box. But obviously again Scotland are a very good team when it comes to defending, and it will be tough for Brazil again to find gaps and score goals. But since we are talking about Brazil, individual brilliance always come on the cards. If we see the Vinicius Junior goal against Morocco, that was an individual brilliant goal. If you look at the Mathis Kuna goal in the Haiti match, that finish, I think it should be counted as an individual brilliant goal. So obviously Brazil has that X factor in them, and somehow they always find, to always find their way to the goal. But it will also be interesting if they are able to maintain a clean sheet or not, and and that's very important for a team like Brazil. If you are able to maintain clean sheets, then the confidence in the defense increase rapidly. I think I was hearing an analyst after the Argentina game. He was saying that maintaining a clean sheet is very important for the Argentina team as well, because if you can maintain a clean sheet, goals will automatically come for you in the attacking third, and I think that will be key for Brazil. And about the prediction, I think it will be a close margin victory for Brazil, a 1-0 or 2-0. I won't mind, but I don't think it will be a high scoring match. And for Neymar, I think this match or the next match in the round of 16, I think he would be used he will be used for a very few minutes. But if Brazil qualifies in the quarterfinals, in the round of 16 quarterfinals, then Neymar's inclusion will be very essential for this Brazilian squad, and it could be a X factor also.
And absolutely, it will be interesting to see who replaces Rafinha, in the right wing position. Whether it's Louis Enrique, or it will be Ryan, the youngster, among the two youngster who called up for the Brazil team this time.
And
Neymar, I
he is
think,
a brilliant player, this Ryan guy.
true, true,
He is an
true, true.
electric player.
One of the brightest prospect in this Brazilian squad. But also, Neymar, is not capable of playing in the flanks anymore. Obviously, if he plays, Carlo Ancelotti most likely to use him as either as a second striker or as a number 10. And remains to be seen whether he can provide that cutting edge for Brazil team in that final third. But final comment from Shomik that it is going to be a battle between the two of the oldest football nation. Also, a battle between Joga Bonito and quintessential direct football. So how do you see, and also comment on Andy Robertson as well? Obviously, his recent move from Liverpool and to Tottenham, and also the way he represented Scotland consistently so far. So your final comment on this fixture?
I usually don't like Liverpool players. Three players are exception. One is Trent Alexander-Arnold, another is Andy Robertson, and the third one is Mo Salah. I usually don't like Liverpool players. But then again, Andy Robertson, fantastic servant of Liverpool and Scotland. Great experience. But I see, if you compare Brazil with Scotland, I mean, there is no comparison in terms of
Hmm.
quality. Uh,
True.
Scotland are basically a mediocre side that like to punch above their weight. They will provide industry. They are basically artisans, wherein Brazil will boost artists. So in this
Hmm.
game, I see a 4-0 or 4-1 win for Brazil, because
Oh,
I see a 4-0 or 4-1 win. My only concern is, as regards Brazil, is Gabriel. Can you win anything with Gabriel in defense? That is my question. Not
yeah,
this
that
match.
is a bit
I'm talking
concerning.
about the tournament.
Yeah, that is concerning. And this, backline duo of Gabriel and Marquinhos, need to gel well before the knockout stages. So that's it for now. That's it for now. What's your prediction for the Brazil versus Scotland game? Let us know in the comment section below. And tomorrow, once again, we'll be back to discuss, about the game, and also we'll look forward to the upcoming games as we, draw close to the of the group stage of the FIFA World Cup. Obviously, a lot of games to talk out for. So that's it for now. Thanks, Shomik and Shomnak, for joining us, and also to all of our viewers. See you in our next show.